printable words like mjinga, mshenzi, shetani, like he used in Turkana, na zingine kama, and others like ananitafuta kwani ananifuatafuata, sorry, let me come again. The other one is ananifuatafuata kwani mimi ni bibi yake, in Mutongwe, Mombasa today. Alafu ingine, the other one is Muguruki, which is translated as madman, in Nyeri a month ago, among others. We are just citing examples of the language that the president has been using that is unprintable, even though we have printed it here, but it should not be printed anywhere. These are words that demean the office of the president. Going to counties to insult, intimidate, and harass governors who are working around the clock to ensure service delivery to the people is unacceptable. For some time now, Jubilee has been claiming that Turkana County received 50 billion from the national government. We challenged the Jubilee regime to provide this data. In Mombasa, they claimed the county government has so far received 40 billion. We again challenge them to provide the evidence to this. These are utter lies. Three things cannot be hidden here in Kenya today. That is, 1 is the sun, 2 is the moon, and 3, the Jubilee incompetence. Those are things that you cannot hide in Kenya today. We therefore demand the following. Number 1, that President Uhuru should declare his interest in Mombasa and Turkana counties. He must tell us why he is hell-bent to frustrate and sabotage the governors of these two counties, and why he is sending anonymous people to trail their movements. Number 2, that President Uhuru Kenyatta must stop making utterances that are inflammatory, derogatory, and presidential, and utterly contemptuous of other leaders. Number 3, that President Uhuru Kenyatta must appreciate that the Constitution fundamentally changed the political architecture of the country, and that the era of imperial and authoritarian presidency was buried deep and forgotten when Kenyans overwhelmingly chose a new constitutional dispensation in 2010. Number 4, that the Jubilee administration must stop frustrating, harassing, and intimidating governors, especially those who have outrightly rejected their overtures and goodies to hoodwink them on their side. Number 5, as the head of state, the president is a symbol of national unity and must at all times uphold the integrity of the presidency and respect the two levels of government as provided for in the Constitution. The holder of the office of the president must never act in anger, even when provoked. That is the bare minimum that the Constitution places upon the president of this country. Finally, what we are not ready for and will not accept is a regime taking us back to the dark era that we fought so hard to come out of. The scars are still fresh for many families. We reject Jubilee intimidation. As I conclude, I want to just say that the freedoms that we enjoy today did not come on a silver platter. The freedom that we enjoy today, many Kenyans sacrificed for the same. Many Kenyans died, many Kenyans were maimed, and many families were left orphans and widows. And as we speak, as in ODM and opposition in its entirety, we are not ready to be taken back to authoritarian and dictatorial regime. The president must wake up to the reality that there is a new dawn in this country. Kenya is different. Kenya will never be the Kenya of the 1960s, 70s, and even 80s. The Kenya that we have today is a Kenya of an informed citizen. And he has a date with Kenyans on 8th. But before then, 8th August, but before then, he should conduct himself with the dignity and the decorum as he holds a very important and significant office in this country. I want to ask Mheshimiwa Junet to also take my position.
Asante, Chairman. Kwanza mimi nasema naonea Mheshimiwa Rais huruma. Kwa sababu unajua ukiona kitu yako inaenda, you get frustrated. What you are seeing in the president's behavior of late is just out of frustration. The president is seeing that he's losing. Kitu yake imeenda. Sasa anaona huzuni sana. Sasa, you know, when somebody is drowning, he can clutch on anything in the sea. Secondly, I want to clarify for him one thing. I saw him complaining about it this morning, that Governor Joho is called a sultan. You know, as Muslims, you call sultan somebody who's a serious leader. The way his people call him Mudamaki. I'm told when he goes to Nyeri, they call him Mudamaki. So when we are in Coast, as Muslims, we call Joho sultan. So you should accept that he's a Mudamaki in Nyeri and Kiambu, and Joho is a sultan in Mombasa. Are you seeing that? So we must, this is a serious Islamic title that is given to high-ranking member of the Muslim community. And you don't achieve it like that. And the president does not qualify for that title, I know it. So he must accept that Raila is the enigma, Joho is the sultan, and him, otherwise call a Guambo, and him is a Mudamaki in Kiambu. Lastly, the president must know that there is a new constitution. The president has refused to accept the new constitution. I'm really shocked, and his deputy. These two levels of government are distinct and interdependent. You can't just go and push around a governor like your county commissioner, Marwa, whom the other day I called him a funny name. I don't want to repeat it here today because I'm looking for a better word than that one. So the president must know that governors, he doesn't have legitimacy, more legitimacy than Governor Joho in Mombasa, in spite of being the president of Kenya. He must know that Joho is elected by the people, and by the way, Joho got more votes than him in Mombasa. Joho got more votes than Uhuru Kenyatta in Mombasa. Uhuru must be reminded that. For that reason, Your Excellency, I pity you because you will be Raya Mwema from August 8, but the next president who is going to be Raila will not behave like you. He will behave in a more decorum, better way, and he will not use any of your example for the last 5 years.